Welcome back to Fixing with Friends. We're going to be following up on the last video and installing the fuel shutoff switch, so we're just going to jump right into it. That's what the switch looks like. It's a safety switch, so people don't accidentally knock the switch. It's kind of important. So the fuel pump has two cables running to it. One is black, one is green and blue. The green and blue cable runs up the side of the car to the junction box. As far as I can tell, this is that hefty green and blue cable that runs up to the dash and to the top, not this square black connector, but the one with the tapered side at the top. And then from there, I have to find out which harness that is, but I think it, I don't know. I'll have to find where it goes from there. So the thick green and blue cable seems to come out in front of the driver under the dash, and it turns into, or at least seems to some weirdly thinner green cables. Are either of those blue? Can you see? Doesn't look like it. Anyway, those two cables appear to go into this fuel injection and fuel pump and maybe some other things. Combined relay here. Okay. I know they come off. I took them off when I pulled the dash. Or did I? I think... Do they come off with the dash? No, they don't. Come on. Stupid cable. It's just a nest of connectors. There we go. So, contrary to what Rock Auto says, there are, looks like 2, 4, 5 blades, 6 blades. Yeah. So the question is, when I flip the battery isolator on, will we hear the fuel pump? No. So that is indeed the fuel pump relay. So there are two approaches we could take here. We can either throw the switch in line to the relay actuator, which will have less current flowing through it and require skinnier wires and lower rating for the switch. Or we can put it in line to the actual power to the fuel pump. So the benefit to cutting the power to the relay switch would be lower current requirements for the new circuit you're putting in, or addition into the circuit anyway, the switch. But it means that if the relay is broken and stuck open, or stuck closed I should say, then you can't shut off the fuel pump. But if you put it in the fuel pump line, while it would take a higher amperage rating switch, that way you'd know it's off regardless. So either is probably fine for this situation, but weigh your options, decide what you want to go with. So I don't really want to, but I need to flip the switching direction around, because right now when the safety switch is closed, it'll push it into the off direction. And the reason why I can't just rotate this is because there's a little tooth in there that keeps the toggle switch from spinning. As you can see, there's a little track right there, or keyway, whatever you want to call it. So I have to flip this around so that on is in the safety position, because I don't want someone flipping the switch while it's driving, because then there's no more fuel going to the engine and bad things happen. So, I found an old screwdriver that I've had since I was like 3 or 4 or something. And this is the only tiny screwdriver I have anymore, apparently. So, oh, it's perfect. It's perfect too. Look at that. Just for this moment. There we go. See if I can show you better on this side. Wonder how much of this I'm going to keep and how much I'm going to cut. Probably 90% of it. Okay. There we go. So, now I should be able to just slide it up. Nice and easy. Of course, that just popped out. So, the off position, as it stands, is this way. But I'm going to put it backwards. So now that the dielectric grease is in there, hopefully it will last for quite a while. So now that's on and that's off. So this is in the old on position, which is now the open position. It stays the same. And this is the old off position. There we go. It's nice and low. So, now I can grab some wire and put it in. Alright, I pulled out the glove compartment. Took this plastic cover off. It's going to be annoying to put back on. I think I've located the correct green and blue cable. I guess we will find out once I snip it if I have made a terrible mistake. Well, here goes. That made a snapping sound. That's not good. That's holding. I didn't film that. Apparently. I haven't decided whether I want to put the switch into this or 3D print something. I don't have a 3D printer at the moment, but if I get one eventually or borrow someone else's, I can do this. I'm going to be putting this switch into the far slot so that this one is still easily accessible for fog lights if I decide to put those in. I did, however, break this while I was attempting to extract it because I was trying to go from underneath and couldn't really see, and it's old plastic. I don't know if you can hear, but the fuel pump is now running. The fuel pump is no longer running, and it runs in the correct position. So, cool. Let's see if this just snaps it as plastic tends to do. And at a certain point it just starts melting. So messy. Okay, now I begin the process of embiggening.
Let's try that again for the third time. Skinny nuts are always a pain. Oh, it went on so nicely. It did it just for you guys on the camera. It's not going on. Just push a little bit harder. Sheer force of will. Okay, I need to fiddle. It's not ideal, but see how it goes without this. There. Now watch as it's too tall. Man, that difference is pretty huge. It's a big gap underneath it. I don't want to hear it.
I really had to resist making a blooper reel for this, but the bloopers would have taken up half the video length. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.